Okay, so now that we've done our roofs, we need to start with our trusses on the inside. With this, we are going to go to our floor plan and we are going to go architecture, right on your top ribbon on the right hand side, the reference plane. So select reference plane and draw one in on the interior side of this parapet wall that we have drawn in. So if we click on the reference plane, so let's just rename it, call it public space truss start. So now we know our truss would be started at that point. So how are we going to do this? We are going to do this with go to component, hit the drop down, model in place. So now that Revit is asking you want your model in place, great. What category of element do we want to model in place? So let's see what Revit gives us. Columns, connections, foundations, framing, stiffness, structures. So this would fall under structural framing, but we won't use structural framing for now. We are just going to use a generic model. So let's hit OK. And let's call this roof public roof truss. And let's hit OK. So now we want to draw it on that face. So now we have to go to our section, which is looking at that wall. I believe mine is section number 3. So now you'll see your top ribbon will look like what we had when we created our windows and our doors. So let's go extrusion. We're going to go by name and let's go public space truss start. And let's hit OK. Now we're going to go with our pick lines tool and we're going to create an offset first. Because remember, under our corrugated sheeting, there is purlins. And our purlin size is 56 by 76. So we have to create an offset of 76 millimeters. So let's click there. Remember to click on the underside of your corrugated metal sheeting. So I'm just going to click on this line to extend it and extend the other side as well. Now we need to draw in our truss with the dimensions that we took earlier. And we know that is 70 by 200. So let's go get our pick lines tool again and go offset 200. Now we're going to use our line tool just to draw my offset still on. I'm just going to remove my offset and I'm just going to draw it down over there and use my trim and extend tool. And I'm going to do the same for this side and trim and extend. So now that we have this, we need to add another stiffener in our center. So let's use our line tool just to create a center line. Let's take that down about 1 point. Let's go. Gonna draw mine in at a meter. So now I know that needs to be a 100 offset and a 100 offset. So let's go pick lines, offset 100, and let's use our line tool. Offset still on, apologies. And let's draw a close at the bottom. And let's delete our center line. And let's use our trim and extend tool to clean up these corners. And let's hit finish edit mode, go into 3D. I'm just going to finish the model. So I'm going to hide my roof because I want to see what we have drawn. So there is our roof truss. I'm going to select it. As you can see, don't have any extrusion end and extrusion start. That's because we finished the model. So let's go edit in place, click on our model, and you'll see there is your extrusion end and extrusion start. So currently our extrusion is at 250 millimeters. And we know by the sizing according to table 15 that we looked at, it's supposed to be 200 by 70. So we have to make that extrusion end at 70 millimeters. And there is our truss. So I'm just going to finish model and see if we can join these two. So now we have to add a exposed truss in the middle. So let's go ahead and go back to our section. I'll go to your floor plan first. Now go to section. Yeah, I'd rather go to section. We can finish it in our floor plan afterwards. So now we want to go architecture, component, drop down, model in place. And we're going to select generic model again. So hit OK. Let's call this exposed bracket. So now I'm going to go extrusion again. We're going to go by name, pick our public space truss start, hit OK. And now we are going to draw in just above, let's go about 60 mils. I'm going to take it to the end, and we're going to extend this all the way to the other end of our truss. So we know that needs to be 200 up. So we're going to go pick line, create an offset of 200. So now we're going to go pick line again and select the side of our trusses. And let's use our trim and extend tool to clean up the corners. So let's hit finish edit. And we know extrusion end, it's supposed should be 70, but we want to work this on other side of our truss. So extrusion end would be on 0 level, and our extrusion start would be on 70. So let's go to 3D to see what we have created. So I'm just going to go click on my orbit and click on top view. I'm going to click on my truss. I'm just going to move it, see if I can move it. Yeah, I see I have these constraints on. So If you hit MV for move and click, you'll see our truss only wants to move up and down. So now you can just hit escape, MV again, and you'll see constrain in your top ribbon. Just unclick that, and now we should be able to move it. Okay, seems Revit doesn't want to work with me today, so I'm just gonna drag it out, and I'm just gonna make sure that this dimension, so that model, as extrusion start needs to be minus, can be, let's make that 0 and take extrusion end minus 70, and that will be in our wall. So now I just need to go so that needs to move out. So we now need to go see if we have a high enough level. Let's go wall plate. Okay, there we can see it. So I'm just going to drag that out and connect it to the wall. I can see extrusion end 0, extrusion start. So let's make extrusion start 0 and extrusion end 70. So let's finish that model, and we'll drag this to hit there. Go edit model, click on your roof truss. We'll say extrusion starts at 70, that's correct. Extrusion end needs to be 140. So now we can finish that model. So I want to move that up. So I'm going to copy and place it there. So now I'm going to go back to 3D view to see our truss that we have created. And that looks the same as our design bolted truss that we want to have an open void ceiling so we can run our electrical lines within that little gap. So now what we want to do is select all of our truss elements and go create group. Let's call this public space truss and hit OK. So now if we click on it, that entire thing is a group. Okay, seems that this has gotten lost. I'm just gonna go back. Wonder why this is now. Okay, there we go. I don't know why. I'm gonna edit the group. Maybe something has happened. And I go finish. Okay, so it seems it's like just a graphics error on my end. So there's our second truss. I'm just gonna delete that and go to my wall plate level again. I'm gonna click on my roof just to hide that, to get it out the way. So now we know we need to space this under 750 mils for our, according to our table 5 roof span spacing. So let's go ahead and click on array. We want to move this to our last one. Just gonna go, right, since that one's not showing, no idea why it's not showing. I'm just gonna create a deeper line with an offset of 70, so I know that line is where my other bracket is. So I'm gonna go click on my roof truss, click on array, click on that area, move it all the way down to the other side of our parapet wall. Let's see if we put in 10. Okay, that does not want to work. So I'm gonna go copy, and looks like we'll have to adjust them manually. So I'm gonna try and select the center of my truss. Or you can just select on that side. Centers should remain the same. Let's go with 750. So I'm just gonna drag my cursor over there and just keep on entering 750. And if we go to our 3D view now, there is our roof trusses. So now we just need to join all these elements. I'm gonna go join, click on my wall, just go ungroup, ungroup. Just let's make this quicker and select all of these remaining roof trusses. Turn around the corner and let's click on our top ribbon, ungroup. So I'm going to go to the join tool again and select those trusses. Okay, so this one's in the front wall, let's join that. And there we have our roof truss. So if we go click on our reveal hidden elements, we can unhide our roof and just click on it again to close it. So if we just create a section box to see, and there is our roof trusses within our open void area. So I'm going to undo the section box because we need to do our join on this side as well. I'm just going to go join, hide your roof first, and continue that process. And now it can unhide, let's just leave it roof hidden because now we need to draw in our purlins. Okay, so now that we're going to draw in our purlins, let's go to our insert tab in our top ribbon, go load family, and go to our Revit family library. So now we want to go to US metric and we want a structural item, structural framing, we want wood, and we can use the M. Gulam Southern Pine family. I would put this is in the resources area, so just download it from there and go search by your downloads and import it like that. So I'm going to go open, and now if we go structure, beam, there is our golem point. So now we have to edit type, duplicate, call this our 50, 56, 58 by 76 millimeter purlin. So now we need to adjust our dimensions. So the first one is to be 58 by 76 and just hit apply and OK. So I'm just going to go to my floor plan, go to structure, beam, and select your 58 by 76 millimeter purlin. I'm just going to draw in one. As you can see, it's not visible at the moment, so let's go to our section, and there we can find it. So I'm just going to give it an offset of 2500, 2500, so that it moves up, but that's still not where we want it. So I'm just going to use the move tool and move it higher. So now we want this at an angle. So let's go cross section rotation. That needs to be 40 degrees. That's a bit off. Let's see if we use the align tool. Also not working. 40, so maybe 50 degrees would work. Okay, so I'm just going to rotate this manually. $40. Okay, seems like that also doesn't work. Just going to put it back on 50. As you can see, it is now the way we want it. So I'm just going to go edit type and switch my two dimensions by 58. And there we have it now. So let's go align. There's our first purlin. So I'm just going to move this, hit MV on your keyboard and move it up to your center point of your truss. So now we can hit AR on your keyboard and select the corner, left hand side corner, and we're going to ensure that this is on last, and we're going to take it all the way down to there. But I want to move this up a bit because it's cutting into my wall. So I want to move that. Okay, since we can't move this element, so I'm just gonna go and select ungroup AR and select my left top side of my purlin and move that down to that area. So now that we have arrayed it, there's only two, and you'll see there's a line on your screen that shows two. So you want to add more purlins into that area. So I'm gonna go, let's try 10. So I'm gonna check this dimension because this needs to be, I normally work with 450 mils. Anything under that is fine. So 337 is fine. So we can also check if 9 gets us closer to 450. Okay, so still a bit high, so let's go 8. So yeah, 434 is sufficient, and I'm happy with that amount. So I'm going to go DL on my keyboard just to create a center line. I'm going to click on my purlins. just to highlight them all. So I want to try and mirror them, not to go through the entire process again. So go to your top ribbon under modify. You'll see there's a mirror tool called by picking the axis you want to mirror it on. And I'll click on that center line I've just drawn. So now it has changed again. I'm just going to delete that, and I'm going to ungroup all of those seams that we need to create a duplicate. I'm going to take the one mirror. Okay, so one works. So let's array the one, click the top right corner, the same as we did on the left hand side, and put it there. And let's use 8 again. And now I am just going to select them all again and ungroup them. Let's go 3D view. There is our roof structure. So let's go ahead and do our garage next.